Hi YouTube, Alex here. Today we're going to be discussing chimney and chimney leaks. If you ever had a problem with your chimney leaking and you had to go back and forth between contractors and roofers on what's leaking and what's not leaking, it could be this. It could be hairline cracks in the mortar of your chimney that are causing all your problems. It's like the death of 1,000 paper cuts. All these little hairline cracks and fissures, which you could hardly see from the ground, they're almost insignificant in your face. And to a contractor, they would scoff at it. I do a lot of repairs, and in these repairs, the work's warranted for 5, 10 years. So I have to find a leak. That's my job. I'm a leak specialist. Sometimes it's easier said than done, and you have to do a water test. What I found throughout the years is, while testing these roof flashing problems, a lot of times it was more the chimney than the roof flashing. One small little hole in that mortar line, you could stick a pencil in there or a business card halfway through. It's usually not a quick shower that causes leaks like this in your chimney area. More than often, it's when you have an all day and night nonstop rain. It saturates the chimney, gets in all these little hairline cracks, and filters its way
Oh
through
yeah.
to the holes in the block, almost like Plinko. What you're seeing here is I put a small bead of caulk, a thin bead of caulk, over the cracks. Then I take my gloved hand, because the caulk's sticky. I prefer using a rubber glove, cutting the tip of the glove off and sticking it over my index finger, even with another glove. It lasts longer and you can reuse it for a couple days. Now, there's small little fissures in there and you don't need a lot of sealant to fill those fissures. So what I'm doing now is I'm rubbing it in those grooves. The name of the game is, it's not a restoration project. It's keeping the water out. I'd say 10 years ago, my boss came to me. He showed me an article in a contractor's magazine about masonry. And as of 10 years ago, they recommended to use a quality caulk or sealant in replacement of brick pointing, because you already have a shrinkage in the mortar, which is creating these hairline cracks and movement. Even though it's minute movement in your chimney is creating these cracks. So that if you were to clean up the mortar, slap some mortar on top of it, that mortar is going to dry up and it's also going to ultimately crack too. So the recommendation of a flexible, durable sealant, I prefer clear. To me, it's the best choice of color is no color, chameleon through. But there we have it. Okay, let's take a look at this chimney. Here you notice we got a lot of bad cracks. We got some moss growing like a chia pet. That white stuff there is what they call effervescence. So the flashings all look good. I'm going to take the wire wheel, clean this up. Not so much for aesthetic reasons, but to get the moss out and loose stuff. Got all this moss and mold here, so I don't want to stick my caulk slash sealant to mossy surface, that's for sure. Problems like this right here, if you could see, let me get you in on a close-up. Hopefully that comes up well. The water rolls down and it goes right in there, and once it goes in there, it's like a game of Plinko. It's just a matter of it finding the holes in the brick and making its way down. So there we're at. I'll get back to work. And there's the sealed off end over there. So there's always more, you know, you seal off one area, you get a different perspective, or you cool off, you always find a couple more. So I like to put a thin bead of caulk under the brick or any joints. You're only filling in a minute area. It's very, very small crack. Even on the thicker ones, you know, it doesn't take much to seal it off. So there you have it. I'm gonna get back to work. Man, it's getting blazing hot up here.